Hey, bro, that's all.
Restroom before he fought him and did.
Come on, man. Pops is doing that kind of stuff.
Today, we've got something massive, a bombshell from none other than Jey Uso. That's right, the high-flying legend who's electrified WWE fans for years just dropped heartbreaking news that has left everyone, yes, everyone, shook. Jey Uso's shocking revelation came during a recent podcast interview, and it's something fans were not prepared for. Underneath that high-energy, jaw-dropping Uso's performance lies a struggle so intense, it's a miracle he steps into the ring at all. This isn't just another update, this is a game-changer. His words hit hard, leaving fans wondering how he's been holding up all these years. Let's break it down. The Uso legacy, more than just a tag team. Before we dive into Jey's personal battle, let's take a moment to appreciate who Jey Uso is in the world of WWE. Born into the Anoa'i dynasty, Jey is no stranger to wrestling greatness. His family is one of the most legendary in the business. His cousin Roman Reigns, his father Rikishi, and his uncle Umaga have all shaped the landscape of the WWE. From the moment Jey and his twin brother Jimmy burst onto the scene as the Usos, they became synonymous with high-flying, heart-pumping action. The Usos quickly redefined what it meant to be a tag team in WWE. Their synchronized super kicks, insane dives, and electrifying chemistry made them one of the most dynamic duos in history. They weren't just tag team champions, they were a phenomenon. 7-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos tore through teams like The New Day, The Bar, and more, making every match feel like an instant classic. But Jey's story didn't stop at being half of the Usos. He transitioned into a solo star, proving he wasn't just Jimmy's twin or Roman's cousin. Jey stepped into the spotlight with a series of hard-hitting, personal matches that showcased his incredible ability as a singles competitor. Who could forget his brutal Hell in a Cell match against Roman Reigns? In that match, Jey showed the world that he was a star in his own right, standing toe-to-toe with the tribal chief and pushing the limits of what a family feud could be. Main event. Jey Uso wasn't just a catchphrase, it was a statement. The telltale signs, something feels different. However, recently, there's been something different about Jey Uso. Fans in our Discord have been talking for weeks about a change in Jey's vibe. It wasn't just a storyline shift. Jey's energy, his movements, and even his interactions with the crowd started to feel off. Was it part of the story? Was he just selling a character? Or was something deeper going on? Rumors started swirling, and as always, was on the case. Word had it that Jey was preparing to drop a massive bombshell. A few days before his podcast appearance, #JeyUsoReveal started trending. Everyone was asking, what was Jey hiding? The Bombshell podcast, Jey's heartbreaking confession, and then it happened. On a seemingly low-key podcast, Jey Uso sat down with just a mic and a heavy heart, ready to drop the truth on WWE fans worldwide. The clip hit the internet, and within hours it was everywhere. X, Instagram, our inbox was flooded with messages. Did you hear Jey's podcast? What's going on with Jey? Fans were buzzing with anticipation. The moment it dropped, everyone leaned in. Jey's voice was different. Gone was the usual high-energy, playful Jey we were used to seeing in the ring. Instead, his voice was raw, heavy, and carried a weight that instantly caught the attention of anyone listening. I've been holding something back, Jey began, pausing between words like the weight of his confession was almost too much to bear. What followed shook the wrestling world to its core. The shocking truth. Jey's secret battle. I've been dealing with a toe injury for years, Jey confessed, leaving listeners stunned. The revelation was jaw-dropping. Jey Uso, the high-flying daredevil superstar we've all seen risking it all in the ring, had been battling through a debilitating injury that made every step he took in everyday life painful. I can't walk for more than 10 or 12 minutes without it screaming at me every step, Jey continued. It's messed me up bad. Fans were in shock. The man who'd given us iconic moments, from his insane dives to his hard-hitting matches, had been enduring a constant, unrelenting injury. Something he'd kept hidden from the world. He'd been performing at the highest level despite this pain, pushing through it for the sake of his fans, his family, and his own pride. Jay went on to explain that the injury didn't start out as anything major. It started small, a tweak here and there, he recalled. I thought I could shake it off, but it got worse. Doctors told me to stop. They told me to rest, take a year off, get surgery. But Jay couldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. I kept taping it up, popping painkillers and pushing through. I didn't want to let anyone down, especially the fans. I wanted to keep giving y'all everything I've got. The silent struggle, a hero in pain. Jay's revelation put everything into perspective. Fans had seen him flying off turnbuckles, hitting the Uso splash from insane heights, and taking punishment that would make anyone else tap out. But behind the scenes, he'd been fighting through excruciating pain every single day. Every time I take a bump, every time I land, I'm gambling with my foot. I'm counting the minutes, praying I can finish strong, he explained. The extent of his injury was far worse than anyone had imagined. The toe injury, which began as a small problem, had developed into something that severely impacted his ability to move. Despite this, Jay continued to perform, masking the pain with sheer determination. Every night, I'd limp backstage, hiding it from the crew. Nobody knew, he admitted, but now the truth was out in the open, and fans were absolutely floored by his resilience. The weight of it all. Jay's fight for the fans. I didn't want pity, Jay said, his voice cracking. I just wanted to entertain. That's all I've ever wanted to do. His dedication to the WWE Universe, to his family, and to his legacy was evident. The man who had made us laugh, cry, and cheer in the ring had been quietly battling through a crippling injury for years. It's not just a matter of physical pain. Jay revealed that the emotional toll had been just as heavy. I love this business, he said, but it's been harder than you know. Sometimes I collapse after a show, but the crowd, their energy, it's what keeps me going. It's what fuels me. For Jay Uso, the WWE ring was his escape. His passion for wrestling and his desire to entertain never wavered, even in the face of immense pain. But as time went on, the injury only worsened, and Jay found himself at a crossroads. The toughest question, what's next for Jay Uso? So where does this leave Jay Uso? His emotional confession has left the WWE Universe torn. Some fans are rallying behind him, calling for him to take the time he needs to heal. The hashtag number #JaySoStrong has gone viral, with fans showering him with love and support. Others are deeply concerned that Jay may have pushed his body too far and are urging WWE to step in and protect him from further damage. The locker room is also buzzing. Roman Reigns, Jay's cousin and close family member, was reportedly left stunned by the revelation. Jay's resilience is unreal, Roman said after hearing the news, but this is a wake-up call. He's been carrying this on his own for too long. It's clear that Jay's injury has reached a breaking point. WWE now faces a tough decision. Do they allow Jay to continue his high-risk career, knowing the physical toll it's taking on him, or do they pull back and give him the recovery time he desperately needs? The potential storylines. What could happen next? The possibilities for Jay Uso's future are endless. One option is to allow him to continue wrestling through the injury, using his struggle as a storyline. Imagine Jay still pushing through his pain, facing off with Roman Reigns once again. Only this time, the pain is visible. The crowd, fully aware of his struggle, rallies behind him, making every moment even more emotional and powerful. Or perhaps a rival like Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes targets Jay's injury, using it against him in a way that could further elevate his heroic story. Another angle could involve Jay stepping away from the ring for an extended period, focusing on surgery and recovery, with WWE giving him the time and support he needs to heal. This would be a heartbreaking decision for both Jay and his fans, but it could also be the most responsible choice for his long-term health. The future of Jay Uso's confession has left the WWE Universe in a state of flux. His raw, unfiltered honesty about the pain he's been enduring for years has earned him the respect of fans and peers alike. But the big question remains: how much longer can Jay keep pushing himself, and at what cost? Will WWE honor Jay's desire to continue performing, or will they pull him back before it's too late? One thing's for sure: Jay Uso's future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: He's one of the toughest, most dedicated superstars WWE has ever seen.